What is up, Earthnoids and Spacenoids? I am just a simple Newtype, and in this episode we are returning to the tales of Flanagan Boone. Last time, Sakwa told them the White Devil could be found in the Arctic, but it was all a distraction. She ended up using Boone and eventually escaped with Stowe Vilhide, her real lover. Poor Boone, he learns that they are going to Zemrika Island, where the Gundam is located. This time we end the Antarctic arc. Boone chases down Sakwa and Stowe. They find the Gundam, and Sakwa makes the decision that she can never return from. So let's get into this. Thanks to Joseph Fox in the comments, it seems Boone's Zaku Marine upgrades have elements from the Hydro test type, so let's break that down. The MSN-02 Hydro test type is created by Zimad and uses the DOMS generator, but the water cooling allows for more output and could use beam weapons. Operation time was limited, however. This is also built off of the Zaku Marine type. The Hydro jets allow for improved water resistance and improved maneuverability by 10 to 20%. This was considered a failure until Uzao integrated it into Boone's Zaku Marine. Weapons include a 6.2 missile launcher, anti-air and anti-ship missiles, 6-barrel Vulcan guns on each arm, and 70mm Vulcan pods on each side of the backpack. Stowe Vilhide built a life in California. Then the war broke out. He was out in the ocean when the colony dropped. After that, he couldn't get a hold of his family. He views Zeon as monsters. He and Sakwa carried out search and rescue missions. While this was happening, Sakwa and Stowe got close. Zeon began their invasion of California. He saw the Zaku for the first time. They have to give up California and flee. Sakwa and her brothers are critically injured and already fled. Then he spots a Zeon pilot playing with kids, being a normal human being. Stowe says, "Hell nah." He shoots the pilot and then steals the Zaku. He then finds the Lockwood and flees California. This was Sakwa and Stowe's last interaction before the incident in the Arctic. Sakwa catches Stowe up on everything that happened. He promises that they will take back California base. In Stowe's mind, he can't get rid of the screams during the California invasion. He makes his Zaku white because Zeon turned his city black. Dude, those are some sick pop-punk lyrics. Boyce and Soleil meet with Sergeant Urayaka. He tells Boyce of the Gremlins. During World War II, Gremlins were a metaphor for mechanical issues. Check out the Merry Melodies classic of the Gremlins from Kremlin. It's my personal favorite. Stowe kicks Boyce and then ties them up for shooting one of their men to prevent them from spilling secrets of the Gundam. Stowe's squadron seems to be complete psychopaths that view any human error as a gremlin. They see humans no differently than mechanical issues. Stowe tells Sakwa to do some filleting. We return to one of the Fetties still alive, spilling the beans to Boone. Her name is Mira. She mentions that once they ran out of food, the squad turned into a cult. It's Stowe's turn. He chops off Boyce's head simply for being Zeon to begin with. It doesn't matter if he was a turncoat. He throws Boyce's head to his men who bounce it around like a volleyball. Stowe wants to reclaim California for themselves, not a part of the Federation. But they only have 2 ships and 2 mobile suits. Conveniently, a Medea crashes nearby. The 2 scout the crash carrier to find a Gundam head. Stowe sees this as a sign. It is time for them to rise up, and they will start by taking the Gundam nearby at Zemrika Island. Mira dies before Boone makes it back to the Lockwood. He preps his mobile suit as he must chase Stowe immediately. He thinks of Sakwa. Boone is somewhat happy that Gia Ever and Mira died. This means Kycilia will never know that he betrayed her. Remember, he is a Garma loyalist at heart. Then he is haunted by Garma. He knows Boone has fallen for a psychopath Fetty. Before he launches, Char informs him that he must destroy the Gundam. Meanwhile, Gia Ever is still alive, and he knows what Boone just did. Char says that the Gundam they are after just killed Rambarao and Hammond Crowley. Zemrika Island must have a different Gundam. Nonetheless, Boone must destroy it before it makes its way towards Odessa, which the Federation is converging on. On the comms, Boone is getting a countdown to when flooding and pressurization is complete. All the while, Char is asking about Gia Ever. It's a tense moment, but he says he will finish his debriefing after he takes care of the Gundam. Char says, "Sure thing, buddy," and the tension goes away. But before it does, Char tells Boone to not let feelings get in the way, referring to Sakwa. Boone launches. He still can't trust Char. Boone will be freed from his demons in 19 days. He makes it to Zemrika Island and scouts out some ski soldiers like it's a Bond movie. It's Stowe's men. Boone moves in on the foot soldiers. He expected the White Gog, but found the White Zaku. He wonders if it's Sakwa. Stowe's men move in on the base and start chopping Fetty's heads off. They search for the Gundam. They view everyone as gremlins, including the Gundam. This manga has some of the best body horror to come out of Gundam thus far. The base commander, Major Gotoda, is confused at what's going on. Sakwa is in the Zaku. He wonders what she will do next, and what will become of her brother. As the 2 fight, the Gog comes from behind. While distracted, Sakwa rushes into the base and finds the Gundam. But Boone is behind her. He is going to destroy it here and now. Sakwa gets in the way. She suggests to Boone that he join them. Boone says that he is in love with her. Oh no, he fell in love with Crazy. He wants Sakwa to come with her instead. but he asks the Gog. He says, "You fool, I've been in the Zaku this whole time." He stabs through the Gog, thinking Stowe is just messing with him. It ends up that he was just messing with him. Sakura is in the Zaku. The Gog and Zaku slash through the Marine, but Boone fires missiles at point-blank range on both the Zaku and the Gog. Suddenly, the Gundam activates. The Gundam doesn't respond on the comms, but it continues moving. It is still unfinished. Stowe and Sakura survive the attack. He tells Sakura to kill the Gundam pilot since they are not responding. Boone tries to stop her. What if it is one of her own? It's a line she can't come back from. She doesn't care so long as they are gremlins. Boone says it's probably Soleil in the Gundam. Boone happens to be right. It is Sakura's brother. He just didn't know how to use the comms. He says that gremlins are crawling all over him. Boone says, "Everyone shut up with this gremlin nonsense." Stowe pushes her to kill the Gundam pilot. The Gundam points its rifle at the Gog. We flash back to right before Boyce lost his head. Soleil goes to Sergeant Urayaka and says that he thinks his sister is a gremlin. Boone's legs are destroyed. After Stowe gets in her head, she strikes the Gundam. Boone tries to stop her, but his Zaku loses his arms. As the Gundam falls, it fires on Stowe. Soleil's body plops right out of the Gundam. Stowe is still alive and gets into it. Sakura realizes what she has done. I can't show a dead kid on YouTube, but it's in the manga, and it's pretty brutal. Stowe calls him a fool for believing in love. He fires on a generator that looks like a sphincter. Fetty and P surround Sakura looking over her dead brother. During this attack, we focus on one soldier named Lottie. It appears she was once a part of Stowe's team. She tells Sakura that she doesn't have to be a part of this anymore and can return to the Federation. However, Sergeant Urayaka comes in and starts killing, leaving Sakura the only one left alive. She gets back into the Zaku but doesn't move as Boone and Stowe continue to fight. She asks Stowe what is wrong with love. Sakura decides to let the two kill one another. Then she will kill whoever is left. Boone gives her a slap that Bright heard even while knees deep in Odessa. He tells her that they have to find their own happiness in this cruel world. Stowe is mad that Zeon stole California and the Lockwood from them. The Heat Hawk rips open both their cockpits. He grapples with the Gundam and Stowe falls out. The Gundam falls over, crushing Stowe. Gremlins eat the Gundam. Sakura realizes that this isn't a real Gundam, so why were they fighting for it? Boone tells her to live on for Soleil and to make amends. Major Gotoda decides to blow himself up with a base to cover up another top-secret Gundam during the one-year war. Everything goes up in flames. Boone grabs her and the two run away, but suddenly she is shot. It happens to be Gia Ever. He begins cutting Sakura's face. He is going to make her suffer like she did his brother. Boone tackles him, barely missing a bullet. He chokes Gia Ever until he stops breathing. There are 25 panels of Boone choking him. It's so visceral and intense. The Lockwood spots a skipper. It's Boone and Sakura. 18 days until Boone will be freed from his demons. And that will do it for this episode. If you are a horror fan, this manga is so good. I don't do justice how the artist makes this entire manga feel gross, in a good way. Good body horror gives you a visceral reaction without saying a word, and this manga does this expertly. Boone leans into being a dummy, but he understands humanity better than most in this war. We are all caught up in this manga, so it will be some time until we return. Has Sakura seen the light? Something tells me that she still has that psychopath in her. With 18 days left till Amuro kills Boone. What do you think will happen in the next arc? Let me know in the comments. But that will do it for now, Newtypes. Remember, you aren't a dummy for falling in love, just a psycho. Peace.